Are you debating whether to get your nose pierced or not? How do you know if it's right for you or if it'll even look good on you? What are some pros and cons about even having a nose ring? Well, I've had my nose pierced for over a decade now, and I feel like I have some of those answers for you. Hey guys, it's Trendy here. Welcome back to my channel. So the first thing I want to jump into and talk about real quick is whether you should get a nose ring or not. Before you even think about getting a nose ring or piercing your nose or anything of that sort, go to Amazon and get a magnetic nose ring and try it on to see how it looks on you, because that is going to be the major factor in whether you regret getting your nose pierced or loving it. So get a magnetic nose ring from Amazon, check it out, see how it looks on you, the sizing, all that stuff, color, whatever you want. They have everything on Amazon, and try it out, test it out, see how you love it, what size, or what shape flatters your face shape or your nose shape, whatever it is, and then you can go from there. That is how you'll know whether you should get it pierced or you should stay away from it. Once you figure out whether you look good with a nose ring, then you want to go ahead and start figuring out where should you go to get your nose pierced. You want to make sure that the place you're going to is skilled and they know what they're doing, they sanitize their equipment, and obviously you want to make sure that they've pierced noses before and they have pictures or reviews on Yelp or Google, wherever it is, on Instagram. You want to make sure that they've done it before, they know what they're doing, they have the experience, and you're not like the first 10 people that they've done it on. And not only that, but you want to make sure that you don't get an infection. Yes, you can get an infection after you get your nose pierced. Even if you're going to an experienced nose piercer or piercing spot, the reason why is because a lot of people don't clean the nose ring hole and the nose ring itself as often, or they may be touching it, or they may be getting makeup on it and then not cleaning it out properly. So there's a lot of things that go into sanitizing your piercing hole and your nose piercing itself to ensure that it does not get infected towards the first 6 months of it being pierced, because that is how long it'll take for your skin to actually heal. Sometimes it takes people a lot quicker, but you have to wait for your nose hole to heal for you not to be sanitizing it so often. Make sure that the place you go to sanitizes. They will give you instructions on how to sanitize your new piercing as well as your nose hole, depending on your skin type, whatever it is. It's really simple, actually. You could even Google it or YouTube it, but you want to make sure that the person that is doing your piercing is educated and also knowledgeable on how to sanitize it when you get home. Another thing is when you first get your nose pierced, you want to make sure that the piercing they give you is a flat back. It's not a hoop, it's not raised, it's not anything of that sort. Like, this is pretty flat, this is perfect. As you guys can see, this I actually got from the mall, but it's pretty flat. You see it's not raised, it's kind of flush to the skin, so it'll allow your skin to heal. Let me just put this back in. This will allow your hole to heal properly without any bumps, without any infection. Another thing that I want to mention is when you initially get your nose pierced. Hi. When you initially get your nose pierced. What? That's Haya, baby. My daughter. My baby doll. Come here, mama. You don't want to come here? Come on. Look at the camera. Look at them gorgeous. Look. Look there, my princess. Say hi. 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 Hi, everybody. Say hi, Mariana. Oh, I love her. I love you. Say I love you. I love her. Ah, kiss her. Yeah. Another thing you want to watch out for is make sure that the nose piercing itself. Mommy. Yeah. What happened? Ear. You want my ear? She loves my ear. There you go. My ear. So you want to make sure that the nose piercing, the actual stud, is made of material that your skin is not sensitive to. Because if your skin is sensitive to that, then automatically you will get an infection. Also, She just took a dump, so I gotta change her diaper. Let's go. We will continue in a second. All right, I am back. So we were talking about the type of nose ring to get after you pierce your nose. So you want to make sure that the stud is made of material that you are not sensitive to, and if you do have sensitive skin, then you want to make sure that you go for a stud that is made of 14 karat gold or titanium. Anything else will probably irritate your skin and cause it to react, and you do not want that. So now let's talk about some pros and cons of having a nose ring, because you know, there's so many out there, and who knows, I may touch base on all the ones that you might probably already seen, but I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the first one, which is if you are sick. I am sick. It is the worst thing to have in your nose when you're blowing your nose, because it just gets in the way. You cannot blow your nose, and it's, you know, you might as well just take it off. So that is one con, is if you are sick, the nose ring is in the way of blowing your nose. When you're sneezing, sometimes it can like make you sneeze. It just depends on the severeness of your sickness. Like right now, since I'm filming, I do have my nose ring on just because we're talking about nose rings, you know, and I feel really weird if I don't have my nose ring on. So I usually take my nose ring off at night when I am sick. Other than that, I leave it on all the time. But when I'm sick, I do take it off just because it's a lot easier for me to just grab a tissue and blow my nose without thinking twice or getting hurt or having all these tissues stuck in my nose ring along with like boogers and stuff. It's just really gross. This is one con about having a nose ring, but it really doesn't bother me. So if that is a deal breaker for you, then you might want to think twice, but it doesn't bother me because I don't really get sick that often. But yeah, I still love having a nose ring even though it gets in the way when I have a cold. My son just woke up from his nap, so I'll be right back. The second con about having a nose ring is if you are getting your nose pierced, specifically to have a hoop nose ring, well, you know, I got some bad news for you, because initially when you go to get your nose pierced, you cannot wear a hoop nose ring because this is going to increase your chances of infection. Now, there are people who probably had hoops right after getting their nose pierced and nothing happened, but you don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk getting an infection because sometimes the infection can reoccur, it'll never heal, and then you probably will not want to have a nose ring. So if you want to have a nose ring, you have to use a flat L-shaped nose ring stud like this. Okay, it has to look like an L, it has to be flat, it can't be anything thick. You have to let that skin heal, and you know, it has to heal properly in order for it not to get infected. You cannot like mess with it, just let it heal, and it takes about 6 months to heal fully, okay, depending on how your skin heals, like the rate at which it heals. Everyone's skin is different, so if you have skin, like if you get a cut and that thing gets healed within like, I don't know, 3 days, a week, whatever, then that's great, you know? So that is my advice on that. You know what? Actually, let me demonstrate. Let me go ahead and get a hoop nose ring. I honestly think it depends on what kind of hoop you have, because there are hoops that have, like, you got to put it inside of the hole and then it like moves up and down. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but this hoop right here, you guys see that? You could open it up like that. You put it in and then you close it up. And it's all just one length, like one thickness. It doesn't have any holes, it doesn't have any nothing, okay? That's fine. But the thing is this is going to slide up and down like that hole, and that is going to irritate your skin. But with this, it just stays there, it stays put, it does not move around, and your skin will be able to heal because nothing is moving against it, nothing is interrupting the healing process or anything of that sort. So you want to make sure that you get an L-shaped, something that does not rub against your skin, really simple. So if you want to get a hoop right away, and you know, that's why you're getting your nose pierced. Unfortunately, you may get an infection. You may or may not, okay? So don't take it, if you don't want to listen to me, there's a lot of people, professionals, that will tell you that, but do it at your own risk. Let's move on to the third con, which, you know, kind of ties into the hoop thing because of all the healing. The healing process takes about 6 months. That is a long time. And a lot of people, you know, they don't want to wait 6 months. And that whole 6 months, you can get irritation, you can get redness, you can get like some pus. It can be a process for some people. You know, some people are lucky. Like for me, when I got my nose pierced, I got it pierced with a gun. I actually really regret going to the place that I went to. I was just like, literally, I think I was like 17 or 18 when I got my nose pierced, and I really didn't do any research. We didn't really have like access to all this stuff we do nowadays. I mean, I guess we did, but I didn't have a cell phone, honestly, and internet was like dial-up. I got my nose pierced with a gun at the Bismillah store, literally right down the street. It was kind of painful. I teared up a little bit. It was literally like someone punched me in the face. It was over in like 3 seconds. I think it did get infected, but then it got better. It wasn't as bad. It got better within like, I don't know, 3-4 days. And then when I would not put my nose ring in, the nose hole would kind of close up, and then I would like re-pierce it myself. And then I think I got an infection again. You know, it's like a process, and you got to learn about your skin. You got to know your skin. One of the ways you learn your skin is by actually going through with this and testing it out, seeing if it's for you, seeing if your skin will even accept the nose ring, because some people's skin will literally reject it no matter what the material is made of, no matter like, you know, what the process is. The skin is just like infection after infection after infection, and it's just a fail. Basically, for the cons, I think that the healing process and having an infection, blowing your nose, these are the things that kind of might set people back on moving forward with getting their nose pierced. But I just think it's a really cute way to add to your own personal style. So the first reason why you should get your nose pierced is that there are so many different styles. You can change up your look just by changing your nose ring. I also love that nose rings are very inexpensive. Also, if you find a jeweler, you can actually have them custom make you a nose ring just for you if you're bougie like that. So there's something for everybody. The second pro on having a nose ring is that it's not painful, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, I got my nose pierced with a piercing gun, and it hurt for like 3 seconds. I teared up a bit, but that's about it. It does not hurt, or it does not like, you know, it does not hurt at all. The only thing is yeah, after you get it pierced, maybe like a day after or 2 days after, you might feel sore, but other than that, I think it's not painful. And then the third pro is, honestly, that's it. There's no other pros other than the fact that if you want it, get it. You like it, get it. It looks good, get it. It's painful, then, you know, it could be painful. You could get an infection. But if it looks good and you like it, you know, some people, I don't know, they can handle it. So it's totally up to you, but in my opinion, I think nose rings are beautiful, and it's a great way to accessorize your personal style. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and this kind of helped you decide whether you should or should not get a nose ring. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any nose ring related questions. I'll do my best to try to answer them for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.